today we're going to be having a very quick 120-second look at the Sony Xperia U. Now, this was no longer Sony Ericsson, it was just Sony, although they still have this little emblem right here because the phones were designed and developed while they were still Sony Ericsson. Yeah, Sony and Ericsson are two separate companies. Sony Ericsson was a joint company of them, or a joint venture. This one is from 2012, 512 megabytes of RAM, which is quite a small amount today, but back in the day I remember using it and it wasn't that bad. It was not a fast phone, mind you, it was definitely not a fast phone, but it wasn't all that bad. It was really actually kind of cool. The camera, 5 megapixels, up to 720p, 3.5-inch display, but it was quite narrow, so small for the time, and even right now it's basically tiny compared to an S6 Edge, and it's even smaller compared to an actual phone from today. The CPU in this guy is a Nova Thor CPU, so the thing that actually jumps at you the most is this transparent strip right there. You can see it's actually transparent, you know? There we go. You can actually see behind it, and it would light up depending on what you are doing. It would obviously change between the theme. Again, please excuse my English. It is not my first language. I'm basically trying to not sound too bad. We could change it between these colors, and, you know, it would actually adapt to the theme you had, which was pretty cool for the time being. You know, back then, Androids had a lot of personalization, things that we don't really have today. Look at that. Look at that. It looks so cool. Now, this guy also changed colors depending on what you were looking at in the gallery. Like, red is the most dominant color, so it changes to red. Blue, so it changes to blue. This one goes red. This one goes kind of yellowish. And this one goes pinkish, I don't know, this one goes bluish. So yeah, it would do that in the gallery, and when you're playing music it would also put the color on the strip depending on your album art. So right now, you know, we have Snoop Dogg, it's blue. This one goes red because you cannot do black, obviously. 50 Cent, there we go, you've got red. So yeah, it's kind of cool. It's very cool, actually. I used to love this back in high school. Now, this Xperia U does not have expandable storage. You only had 8 gigabytes, so that was actually quite a bummer. Even back in the day, I remember thinking, okay, that's actually quite small. Like, that's not a lot. Here's the camera, and it had a dedicated shutter button, which was pretty awesome. Let's take a photo of the glasses. There we go. 2-stage shutter button, so you could focus and then you could, you know, take the picture. Here we go. Gonna look at it. It looks pretty decent for the time. I mean, very 2010. A lot of noise since it's kind of dark, you know. We don't have the best lighting for this phone. But hey, back in the day, I know I liked this camera. So that's the Xperia U. If you want a full review, you know, battery test, maybe some games we can load on here. Photos, videos, we can definitely do that. This guy can still connect to Wi-Fi, obviously, and we can still go through some pages in Chrome, although it's not very supported. Like, a lot of the certificates have, you know, expired, so we can't access a lot. But if you want to see more of this Xperia U, remember to like, subscribe, and share this video. Please excuse my English. I'm doing my best effort to, like, say it how it should be said. I know I'm not the best, and I promise I will get better the more I practice it. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. I've said that twice already. This was the Sony Xperia U. Quick look, 120 seconds. That was the idea. It's probably more like 3 to 4 minutes.